I'm going to read you this quote from Mike German, who is a former FBI agent and now a fellow at the Brennan Center for Justice. And then I would like to show you a news clip that talks more about what's happening. Federal agents wearing masks and casual clothing significantly increases the risk of any citizen dressing up in a way that fools the public into believing that they are law enforcement so that they can engage in illegal activity. It is a public safety threat, and it's also a threat to the agents and officers themselves because people will not immediately be able to distinguish between who is engaged in legitimate activity or illegitimate activity when violence is occurring in public. That is exactly what is happening. Whether it is ICE or somebody impersonating ICE, it is violence occurring in public. And if it's hard for Americans, all those 2A Americans, to be able to differentiate if a crime is occurring or if it is a legitimate law enforcement activity, it is a public safety threat to civilians and for law enforcement. Let me show you this news clip, and then I want to come back with some thoughts about what we can do about it as Americans.
Superintendent says fake ICE agents appear to be targeting the school district's community. Superintendent confirming 3 cases just within the last week.
NBC4's McCall Medina live with details from LAUSD headquarters in downtown. Mac?
Colleen and Michael, 2 of those cases apparently were reported by students and parents. 1 reported by a bus driver. The superintendent says it's all pretty menacing.
It seemed that it was to create intimidation.
Why Superintendent Alberto Cavallo first alerted the public with his social media post Wednesday. We're aware of reports that individuals alleging to be law enforcement or ICE agents have approached some in our community. Cavallo says all 3 incidences were not on school property.
A bus driver who was at that point driving an empty bus, who came across someone who flagged them down, flashed a badge identifying themselves as an ICE agent. And the bus driver did what they were trained to do, closed the door and drove away. We do not believe that that individual was an ICE agent. Usually these operations are not conducted by a single individual.
ICE told us in a statement, ICE strongly condemns the impersonation of its officers or agents. This action is not only dangerous, but illegal.
We've seen cases across the country of impersonators.
Where are you from, Mexico?
This South Carolina man was arrested for impersonating an ICE officer and confronting a Latino man in a pickup truck. There was a second arrest at Temple University. Parents we talked to were in shock that it could be happening here too.
Okay, so what can you do about it? Several things. Number 1, join a local grassroots organizing group, be it Indivisible or another one, that is fighting against the fascist takeover of the US by Donald Trump and his regime, that is fighting for democracy, for our constitutional rights, for immigrants. Lend your skills, build new skills, get involved.